Eyup cock, season's done. So now I've actually got to think of ideas, which is why you're watching something as stupid as this. This is where I think every team will be 5 years from now. So on the 2nd of June, 2030. Oh my God. I'm going to come back and see how many I got right. That's if I'm still going. Who knows, baby? Right, so we've got Premier League, Championship, League One and League Two, and then non-league / bust. Because the way football's going at the minute and the amount of money that teams consistently lose, I would not be surprised, honestly, if 2 or 3 on this list at current 92 go belly up from now to 2030. It genuinely won't surprise me at all. But we'll start with Premier League first. Again, with where football's going, I don't see there being much change. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Brentford, Brighton, I think will all still be in there. Bournemouth, same again. Chelsea will. Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Liverpool, Man City. I think Man City could potentially get relegated, by the way, but by the time it's happened, they'll have won league 100 times anyway and gone back up. Man United, Forest, Newcastle, Tottenham, West Ham, Wolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's my big 17 in, so none of them are going to change. Who else is going to be in there? Leeds have gone up this season, so next year's 1. So in, out, in, out, in. So Leeds going, and then I would probably say I could see Birmingham being in and around this at that time with the ownership that they've got. And where's other glaringly obvious one? I will say Wrexham as well. That's my Premier League. Just nice and early. I don't think any of these 17 teams will get relegated once from now until then. Leeds will win league and come last year after year for probably the rest of eternity. And then the 2 clubs that have actually got half-decent owners in this entire country, Birmingham and Wrexham, I think will probably be in there by that point. It'd be my guess. Championship. Guys, come on. Guys. 5 years from now, when we're still in League One, and 9 years in a row, I'm going to have said, Barnsley top 2, and I'm never going to stop. No, generally, by this time, 5 years from now, surely to God, everything evens out and it cream rises. Barnsley Championship, surely, which would obviously then mean that Bolton would be in there as well. We are never separated, ever. I do think Bradford could be in there, I think Bradford, being serious now, I think Bradford are clearly a club on up at last. Maybe they're not going to chuck loads and loads of money in it, but the potential's there with a very, very big fan base. Even though tickets are 10 quid, that should be encouraged. I never understand why people take piss out of that. That should be encouraged. They've got cheap, affordable tickets for an area. It's not like, we're not living in Kent here, are we? We're living in Bradford, adhering to the local people, their actual fans. And it's a good thing, mate. They're getting massive attendances in. That is only going to grow if they get better. So, yeah, I think they'll be all right in League One this season at the time of recording this. And then hopefully 5 years from now, if I'm right, they'll be in Championship. Probably where Bradford belong to be anyway. Burnley, I think they'll go up and down for a little bit longer and then eventually just even out into Championship again. Cardiff as well. And even though I don't think they'll get out straight away from League One, which they're currently in Cardiff, I don't think they'll be long, to be honest. I think they'll be in Championship fairly soon. Charlton, I think they'll be in and around here as well at this point. Same as Coventry. Maybe they go up and come back down. Who knows? They might have loads of brass at this point. But I can't see them breaking into Premier League and staying there, personally. And obviously, if we're following the up-down method, if they're on it with Leeds, it'd be their turn to finish last and come back down. So they would start this season in Championship to then win it in this hypothetical scenario. So Coventry have got a Championship. Derby, yeah, God, that's an outbash to see. Derby, again, like just nail on Championship in it these days. Honestly, Donny were in Championship for a little while. When I was growing up, I remember beating them like 4-1 at our place. When they're Coppinger running around 24/7, these were a Championship side for a little bit. When Yeovil were there and all. Donny are one of the few clubs that I can see. When I look across the full 92, apart from the big sides in Premier League, Donny are one of the only clubs that I can see having a manager long term. I think McCann could stay there for ages. He's always been floating between these and Peter Branney. But I could see McCann being there for a long, long time and having a serious amount of control to the point where he will eventually get long-term success and have him in Championship. In a sport now where majority of clubs just go for a quick fix and try and immediately win lottery, I think Donny have got the patience and understanding that Grant McCann is a very big asset that they've got. So, honest to God, I could see him still being there in 5 years. And if he is, I think they'll be in Championship, honestly. Hull, I think they'll be here as well. Ipswich, Leicester, a couple Premier League sides as of this season that have just come down. They'll probably get back in at some point. But at this point in time, 5 years in the future, then I think they'll be back in Championship again. What a stupid thing. Luton, yeah, I think they'll come straight back up from League One and then stay in Championship for the foreseeable. Honestly, I reckon if me in 5 years, I think, current prediction, I think Luton come straight back up this season and then stay there to the point that you're currently at. You might have a wife and kids, bro. That's mental. Middlesbrough, probably just finish 8th. 5 years in a row. Millwall, honestly, exact same thing. I think Millwall might get in there this season. Just want to put that one out there. And hopefully they've had a taste at Premier League. They've had a taste at top flight for the first time since Premier League turned, obviously. But I could see Middlesbrough and Millwall 5 years from now still be the same. Not quite good enough to get in there. Norwich, I think, will still be here. Same as Pompey. Can't see them moving much. Sheffield United, I think they've had the fun now. Back to finishing about 12th, I think, in Championship at this point in time. Stockport, I think it's a matter of time for them to get promoted from League One. They've obviously been on a massive upward trajectory for ages now. And we're a good owner that's got Stockport's best intentions at heart. Callum probably still there as well. They've got Norwood a minute at middle from Sheffield, haven't they? They like a bit of experience at middle at Park. All they have 5 years from now. John McGinn. John McGinn's at Stockport pulling strings. That's my prediction. Swansea, I think that's the badge. Yeah, they're going to be here with Modric. He'll probably be playing still. Got another 4 to do. Where's West Brom? West Brom, they'll still be stuck here. Who else? Where are they? Southampton, I don't know why it's put them there, but Southampton, I think, will still be here. Sunderland will as well, so that's 3, so I need 1 more. I don't really think there'll be any teams that just come flying out of nowhere upwards either. Like, I'm not looking at Barnet, York, I'm not looking at any of these sides. I'm thinking they're going to come all the way up to Championship. There's not a lot going on here, is there really? We'll put Stoke in as well, actually. I'm not going to lie. Forgot they were there. Didn't see them. So that's my Premier League and Championship. Let's have a look at these leagues, by the way. Who would actually win this? Probably like Liverpool or Man City for this still. Man United still in relegation battles. They've now only got 4 club staff that take on roles of 500. Still on minimum wage as well, obviously. As for Championship, that is looking rogue, to say the least. Great League One. Blackburn. Poor ownership. It's fair to say, same as Barnsley. I think we'll just swap places. And then what will happen is Barnsley will start like fighting for playoffs in Championship, not being quite good enough. But Blackburn will be failing miserably in League One. And then 5 years from then, we'll do the exact same thing again and swap round. That's my prediction. Got Blackburn there. Blackpool. I've got both Bristols as well. Bristol City, they're not pulling wool over my eyes, you know. They're doing really well recently and their attendances are growing. But there were only 1 club in Bristol when I was growing up and it weren't them. So I'm going to bring them back to a level playing field. I'm going to lose so many subs for that. Guys, I didn't mean it. I really enjoy Bristol City. It's one of my favourite aways. It's one of the first I ever did. Lovely place. I love every club. Burton, they'll probably still be here at this point. Gillingham, seems a matter of when, not if, in terms of them coming up from League 2. And then I think they'll probably just get stuck in League 1. Grimsby, Huddersfield as well. I feel like if they fail to get promoted this season, their attendances will drop quite quickly to being like 11s, 12s-ish, somewhere around there. I think the money that they're throwing about at the minute could dry out quite quickly if they don't get promoted, so they might just be stuck here forever, if that's the case. Which, again, that's what Huddersfield were for a long time, I'm not gonna lie. I really like Huddersfield, and everybody from there, like and subscribe, please. Leyton Orient, probably still relying on loans from daddies in London that don't want to send loans outside of their own postcode, and ground will still be full of West Ham when they're not playing. Lincoln, probably still finishing between 7th and 12th forever. As much as I don't want to say it, I think MK Dons could be up and around here at this time. Notts County, Oxford, Plymouth, Port Vale, probably Preston, QPR, Reading. Oh my god, it's lining up for them. Wednesday. This ain't even like a funny. Generally, the ownership situation there is going to get them. And I think they could honestly, you know what? I'm going to bring them back. Swindon. I could see them getting out soon and staying in League One. I need 5 more. Salford are looking at me a little bit funny, especially with this Beck's money. I just think it'd be funny if they never got out of League 2, so I'll keep them there. Wigan will probably be still in League 1, same as Wickham. I think York could, when they get promoted, it'll probably be next season at the time of me recording this. Who knows? Might get that wrong and they might go bust. But I think they'll get promoted next season coming, and the owner's just a loose cannon in. He's going to chuck loads of money at it. And I think it could get them straight through League 2, but then they'll get stuck in League 1. They're not going to do a Wrexham because they've got tens and tens of millions just sat there like that. Whereas York's owner's just a bit of a nut job. But I could see York getting to League 1, I'm not going to lie. Same as Oldham. I'm putting Oldham back where they belong. I'm sticking them in League 1. And finally, because I still need another team, I will put Walsall in. Surely, matter of time again, you'd think. So League 2, Accrington Stanley, Wimbledon. Carlisle will be back by then. Chesterfield, Colchester, Crawley, Crewe, Exeter, Fleetwood. Mansfield, I think they could go down in the next couple of years. I know they've only just come up, so it's quite harsh, and what a stupid thing to say because this is all just based on hearsay, but I think Mansfield could struggle fairly soon. Northampton, Peterborough, I'm convinced they'll get relegated soon. It's probably a matter of when, not if. I don't think they'll ever go to non-league, because to finish in bottom 2 of the full 92 takes some incredible doing. And even though their owners a toolbox, I don't think they'd finish that low. Rotherham, I think will be down there. Again, I think they're on a downward trajectory, Rotherham. I've got nothing against them, honestly. I borderline like Rotherham to an extent, but I think they're just stuffed. Wednesday, again, it's like I'm saying, it's not even a funny. I think the owner is an absolute clown. Chansiri is sending this club to the ground, and if it weren't for the humongous attendances that they get, they would be in serious danger of going under. I'm convinced. The day that I'm recording this, they've not paid the staff like 2 out of the last 3 months on time. It's only going one way with this clown, and it's down. I can see Wednesday going on like a Portsmouth arc. Newport probably there. Salford eternal in League Two would really make me laugh. Stevenage, Tranmere, Barnet, Scunny and Southend. I think all 3 of them will be in and around there. And then I need another 3 teams. I'm going to put Barrow in there, Shrewsbury and Cheltenham. Why not? Which means that going down to non-league, or hashtag bust, is Bromley, Cambridge, Harrogate and Morecambe. I don't think that's that crazy. But also Watford. I think, just complete stab it dark, I'm just throwing a dart blind. I think Watford are going to be the one that bite bullet and go bust, which could then change football as we know it in this country. I do think someone is going to have to die for anything to happen financially with this country, and now everybody's just losing money constantly. And the only reason that I picked Watford is recently the owners come out, because they've owned Watford and Udinese for ages, haven't they? He's now got rid of Udinese effectively, and he's saying he's going to solely focus on Watford. I think they'll spend stupid amounts of money that they don't actually have and can't afford to lose. Probably lose it all, not get promoted, and then end up going like that just because of it. So that's my wild prediction for this. Sorry, Watford. I hope I'm wrong. But if I get this right in 5 years, by the way, I deserve a medal. If we come back to this in 5 years and Watford have actually gone bust, I will personally buy them and put every penny I make for the rest of my life into bringing them back up to the Championship at least. But that's that. I don't even know. Boys, pleasure. Like, subscribe, please. There'll be a video in a couple of days. I've pre-recorded this because I've gone away for a couple of days, so it's just something that I could easily do. Thanks. See you in a bit.
I say I'm a man, yes, I'm a mucker. I think of me saying as a right good looker. I say up that. Show us bit it.